What it do? It's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Back at y'all with another one. Let's get it, man. Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar, man. So, Drizzy Drake, he possibly ended Kendrick Lamar's career last night. Not just his career, a couple of people. Kendrick, A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross, The Weeknd. I wouldn't say The Weeknd because The Weeknd's audience is not primarily a hip-hop audience, so I'm not going to say The Weeknd, but definitely Rick Ross, Kendrick, and A$AP Rocky. Drizzy Drake put these guys in shambles last night. That's a fact. But after Drake dropped Family Matters, which to me is the best diss song out of all the songs, I think it's better than Like That. It's definitely better than Euphoria, 100 times better than 616 in LA, and it's better than that demonic horror movie that Drake dropped right after called Meet the Grahams. But what I want to ask y'all is, and I want y'all opinion on this, I'm going to give you my opinion, but I want to hear the people's opinion. I want you guys to be honest, right? Do you guys think that Kendrick Lamar went too far with the Meet the Graham song? He starts the song immediately by talking about Drake's son Adonis. And then he goes on to talk about how he's basically talking one-on-one to Adonis, who's Drake's son, who's not even in middle school yet. The kid is probably like, Drake's son is probably like, what, 5 or 6 years old? Could be younger than that. He goes on to basically just talk to his dad and explain to him how he's a piece of shit, how he's this and that, and then he starts talking about Drake's dad, then he starts talking about his mom, and he's calling these people by their first name. You understand what I'm saying? He's calling, Sandra, Dennis, and he's talking about how he hopes Drake dies and Drake is a pedophile, and he's telling LeBron James and Steph Curry to stay away from Drake because it's gonna be a Diddy situation, and it was just like, and when I heard the song, I asked myself, I was like, is this even hip hop anymore? Because if I'm Drake, I'm not responding to that song. If I'm Drizzy Drake, I'm not responding to Meet the Grahams. I'm trying to see Kendrick in person. I'm trying to throw hands on God, because it seemed like this was like a hip hop battle, right? And it's great, right? Like, let's be honest, guys. Drake and Kendrick beefing with each other. This has been incredible for hip hop as a whole. It seems like hip hop is the #1 genre once again. More people are talking about this than Taylor Swift's new album that just dropped. And Taylor Swift sold like 2 million records first week. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Taylor Swift. But this is great for hip hop. But with the Meet the Grahams record, it just seems so personal. Like, Kendrick seems like, I guess Drake mentioning Kendrick's wife Whitney, I guess that hit a button for Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's Drake saying Kendrick is a size 7 and he's short, and I think it's Drake just constantly poking at Kendrick Lamar's fiance is what really took Kendrick to this point. But like I said, man, Kendrick's mentioning Drake's son, and you're talking about his mom and his dad, and he's a pedophile, and Drake messes with little girls, and don't bring your kids around this nigga, and I hope Drake dies. I hope he dies. And it's just like, bro, like Kendrick, I'm not gonna lie to you, this really, I always knew Kendrick Lamar was a weird nigga, but the Meet the Graham song, it really solidified everything I thought about Kendrick Lamar. This nigga's a weirdo. He's weird, and now I see why he takes 2 to 3 years to drop an album. Now I see why you don't really ever see him hanging out with other rappers. Now I see why he's like, he's like the Andre 3000 of our generation, so to say. I would say Outkast as a whole, but specifically Andre 3 Stacks, because Andre 3000 is kind of the same way. Very quiet guy to himself, weird, dresses weird. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just weird, man, because Kendrick Lamar, you're not a gang member, right? You've never been known as a tough guy. And at the end of the day, if we're talking facts, Drake put you on your first tour, right? He gave you your first big feature. on your first album, you know what I'm saying? Good Kid, Mad City, right? And it seems like Kendrick it just seems to me like all of this is from, like, Kendrick has just like been hating on Drake from day one. I don't understand why. Like, where does the hate come from? You're the one that dissed Drake and a bunch of other people on the Control record. And what Drake said was true. Like, Drake said, bro, like, the nigga was clout chasing with that Control shit. And you were mentioning other people's names to make yourself get attention. It's the truth. That was clout chasing. That's a fact. You did it again with the Like That record. You got, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you got a #1 record with Future and Metro, but it's only because you're dissing Drake. If you niggas wasn't dissing Drake, that song would have never went #1. It only went #1 because you're dissing Drake. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just getting to a point now, my nigga, where, like, I'm just looking at this shit like, damn, like, this shit really seems personal with Kendrick. Like, it's like, even if you listen to Family Matters, like, Drake still sound like he just having fun rapping. You feel me? And then when you listen to Meet the Grahams, it's like, damn, like, Kendrick Lamar really hates Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hate this nigga, you want him to die, you don't like how he dressed, you don't like how he talk, you don't like this, you talking about his son, you talking about his dad, you talking about his mom, you think he's a pedophile. And it's just like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, I don't even want to hear anything between both artists talking about each other. I think this shit should just be left alone, bro. I think this shit, it's gone to a place where it should have never went. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go ahead and say Drake won this battle. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be honest with y'all. What song do I like better between Push Ups and Like That? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like That is the better song, but if we're talking about beef, Push Ups is the better diss song, because Drake is shooting at 5-6 people that was shooting at him at the same time. But Like That is a better song for the it's a better song for the clubs and the radio. It's a better hit song in general. I'll give them that, right? Other than that, this Family Matters song, which is pretty much 3 songs, right? Because it's like 3 parts to the song, 3 different beats. This obliterates Kendrick. This obliterates Kendrick. This obliterates Rick Ross. This obliterates ASAP. You understand what I'm saying? We just gotta be honest, like, guys. To the people, see, what I realized about this beef, a lot of y'all niggas hate Drake so much that y'all have hijacked your brains into thinking, oh, every little thing Kendrick does is fire. That Meet the Graham song is trash. The beat is trash. The song, it's like a demonic horror movie, my nigga. It's that's not something that you're gonna play in the car. You are not gonna play Meet the Grahams in the car more than one time. And if you are, you're probably a serial killer. Let's just be honest, guys. It's not a good song. It's disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. But I mean, then he alluded to Drake having a daughter. Drake said it's not true. We've never seen Drake's daughter, so that's a lie, right? And let's be honest. Let's say he did have a daughter. Who gives a fuck? What the fuck does that have to do with this beef? What if let's be honest, guys. Hear me out. What if Drake had a secret daughter that's 12 years old? What the fuck does that got to do with music? What the fuck does that got to do with Kendrick Lamar? What does that got to do with 2 niggas trying to show people they're the #1 rapper in the world? What does that have to do with anything? And once again, I said this before, I'll say it again. This is another example of Kendrick Lamar saying something somebody else already said. You keep bringing up the fact that he had a fake 6-pack. Joe Budden said that years ago. You said you don't like the way he dressed, the way he talked. DMX said that years ago on the Breakfast Club. You're saying he's hiding a daughter. You're still in what Pusha T did with the story of Adonis. And it's not hitting the same way, my boy. That's the worst part. It's not hitting how you think it's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing up the Ghost Riders. We've been knew Drake had Ghost Riders years ago. Once again, not being original. So that's another reason why I got to give it to Drake, because everything Drake is saying is original. We didn't know Kendrick Lamar is a woman abuser. We didn't know Kendrick Lamar was accused of beating up a woman in Las Vegas a couple years ago. We didn't know this. We didn't know that Kendrick Lamar proposed to his fiance years ago and she's still not married. We didn't know. You understand what I'm saying? All the information that Drake is saying, this is new, fresh information. We didn't know this stuff. And if we just talking about the raps, Family Matters, man, that is hands down. That's and I'll say this. I do believe that the first part of the song, it was okay. But that second and third part of the song, that is hands down the best rap we got out of this entire beef. Is that second and third song in Family Matters, bro. If we're gonna be honest, that is the truth. So with that being said, man, Drake, don't respond to this nigga no more. Don't say nothing else to him, because he's taking this beef. It's like he's trying to take it to the streets. And honestly, I think that's where it should go. This man keeps talking about your son. He's accusing you of being a pedophile. He's talking about your parents. At this point, bro, whenever you see this nigga, apply pressure. That's it. It's no longer about me. It's not music no more for me. It's not music no more. If we're talking about music, Drake already won the battle. So if Kendrick wants to keep dropping dishes, let him do it. Let him do it. Let him do it. I wouldn't say nothing back. Family Matters is number 1 on YouTube. It's already got close to 10 million views in one day, and I'm sure Kendrick Lamar's diss is doing just as well. Kendrick's probably number 2 or 3. But at the end of the day, I think Drake did what he had to do. I think he's once again defied the odds, and I think he's shown people that he's here to stay. As long as Drake wants to continue being the number 1 rapper in the world, he's going to, and he's never going to come from that level unless he wants to. He's only going to pass the torch when he wants to pass the torch. That's just what I believe. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Kendrick Lamar went too far? Hold on, what's that? Kobe. Do you guys think Kendrick Lamar went too far with the Meet the Grahams record? Let me know. Be honest. I think he did. Like I said, I think at this point, I think Drake just got to see Kendrick in person. If I'm Drake, I'm doing everything in my power to try to see Kendrick in person, and I'm trying to knock this nigga out. Fuck music. Like, you taking it to a place where it's like somebody gotta... I don't even want to say that. I was going to say the 3-letter word, but this is like some Tupac and Biggie level shit right now. And do I want it to go there? Nah, I want these niggas to catch a friendly fade. I don't want no guns to be involved. I want these niggas to catch a friendly fade and just shake hands and just leave each other alone. I don't think Drake and Kendrick have to ever be friends. I don't think Drake and Kendrick have to ever do a song together. We seen Jay-Z and Nas squash the beef in they 40s, damn near 50s on a DJ Khaled record. And guess what? Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared that Jay-Z and Nas squashed the beef and did a song together and shot the music video together. Nobody gave a fuck. So I don't want to see Kendrick and Drake be friends. I don't want to see Kendrick and Drake do songs together ever again. It's already gone to a place now where that could never happen. It just can't happen. So let me know what you guys think, man. This is your boy Wavy. I'm out.